This section on quick fixes and disassembly will provide a basic overview and demonstrate many of the procedures necessary for the Diamond Business Class seat. To remove the headrest, push forward and slide the headrest down. Then simply unscrew the unit and remove from the seat back. To reassemble, realign the metal bar to the connector and tighten the screw. Then pull the headrest back and slide into its original position. To remove the outlet for the headphones, remove the 2 screws and the faceplate. Then pull the headphone jack out of the upper rear console and disconnect the harness. To reassemble, reconnect the harness. Make sure the unit fits snugly, put the faceplate in position, then tighten the 2 screws. The literature pocket on the center console is removed by releasing the 2 dot snaps and peeling the literature pocket off the hook and pile attachments. To avoid damage, be sure to pull down on the top 2 dot snaps and up on the bottom 2. To reinstall, simply reverse the procedure, making sure to reattach the snaps. To access the screws for the center arm cap, pull the literature pocket back. Then, remove the 3 screws underneath the arm cap and slide it off of the 3 key slots. To replace, simply slide the arm caps back on the key slots and reinstall the screws. Removal of the IFE handset begins by removing the seat cushion for easier access and pushing the release button to remove the handset. Then, loosen the 4 screws that hold the IFE handset bezel in place. Once the bezel is removed, release the 4 clamps and pull the entire unit forward. Please note the operation of the clamps. Replacement is just a matter of reinserting the unit, tightening the clamps, and reinstalling the bezel by tightening the 4 screws. For complete unit removal, note the multi-pin connector attachment. To remove the center console cocktail tray, first open the tray table to gain access. Then, insert a screwdriver to pull down on the center console retaining pin, which releases the tray, and it slides off of the 4 key slots easily. To reinstall, replace the tray and slide it forward so the screws lock into the key slots and the pin engages. To remove the PCUs, first remove the center console cocktail table. Then, remove 2 screws. Slide the PCUs forward to release them from the key slots. The PCU cables are disconnected by pulling them apart from the connection cable at the base of the tray. To fully remove the PCU, unscrew the 4 screws that hold the bracket in place. To reinstall, reattach the bracket and 4 screws. Reattach the cable. Then slide the PCU bezel into the key slots and tighten the 2 screws that hold the PCU bezel in place. To change the glass on the privacy divider, first remove the left-hand arm cap. Then, remove the 4 hex screws on the right side that hold the glass in place and pull the divider apart. If you want to remove the entire divider, continue by removing both the left and right-hand arm caps. Once removed, loosen the 4 bolts, 2 on each side, then a screw and hex head bolt and lift it off. If you need to remove the center console tray table, first pull the tray out from storage. Next, loosen and remove the bolt and nut and nylon spacers. Tilt the table slightly and pull it out. To replace, reinstall the bolt and nut and spacers. To adjust the tray, tilt the tray up to see the set screws. To adjust the food tray tilt or level of the tray, adjust the set screws. The PC power outlet can be removed and reattached by loosening and tightening the 2 clamps that hold it in place. To remove the unit, simply pull it out. The seat bottom cushion is removed by lifting from the hook and pile. Note how it should realign when you reattach. The seat dress cover is also quickly removed from the seat cushion by pulling the fabric from the hook and pile. To remove the seatbelt, remove the seat bottom cushion first and lower the armrest for easy access. As you lift the dress cover on the side of the seat back, you'll notice there are actually two attachments for the seatbelt, the lower attachment and the upper attachment. To remove the seatbelt, push the spring hook back and remove both lower and upper attachments. It's important to remember that there are right-handed and left-handed seatbelts, differentiated only by a part number. To remove the back dress cover, pull up on the bottom of the cover to access the back breakover pins. Pull the pins, break the back forward, and pull apart the hook and pile on the cover. Once the back cover is removed, the back cushion can be taken off of the back frame. With the back cushion removed, you can easily access the entire back assembly. To remove the back frame, remove this bolt and this nut on both sides, and the frame will release. The lumbar bladder can now be removed as well. First, remove the quick connects to the lumbar pump. To remove the quick connects, push in and then pull out. Once those are released, remove the lumbar bladder from the hook and pile. With the seat cushion removed, you can also remove the bottom diaphragm. Simply release the forward support tube by using the diaphragm removal tool. Then, remove the rear tube to remove the bottom support. To reinstall, simply reverse the procedure. When the seat back is fully forward, you can lift the rear closeout behind the seat, and then pull the net from the hook and pile. The electronic control box for Boeing, or ECBB, is the heart and soul of the Diamond Business Class seat. The ECBB is the source for aircraft power in, aircraft power out. The P400, which feeds the SPM or seat power module, which in turn powers all of your IFE. The P100 feeds the recline and leg rest actuators in the right-hand packs. The P200 feeds the reclined and leg rest actuators in the left-hand packs. And the P300 feeds the keypad digital box, or KDB, which in turn feeds power up to and receives signals from both the PCU and remote PCU. The box also has a push-pull circuit breaker which will shut down power to the seat and is released by 4 snap-lock fasteners, one on all 4 corners. There is also an LED status light on the box indicating power is on. To remove the leg rest cushion, you must first raise the leg rest by engaging the manual override lever at the base of the seat. The manual override lever on the right is for the leg rest, and the lever on the left is for the recline. After this is done, reach underneath and separate the dress cover from the hook and pile and remove. To remove the leg rest cushion, simply lift it from the hook and pile attachment. To replace the cushion and dress cover, just reverse the process. In order to remove the N-bay shroud, raise the leg rest assembly and remove the 3 Phillips head screws that hold the inner shroud to the N-bay. Then, remove the shroud. With the shroud removed, you can also access the inner N-bay trim by removing the 2 bolts in front and 1 in the rear that hold it in place. Notice the 2 upper Allen screws that attach the N-bay closeout in the front and 1 in the rear. To remove the closeout, simply remove the screws. To access the flight attendant step, break over the seat back and remove the 2 screws behind the seat that hold the flight attendant step in place. To access the armrest for a quick fix, manually override the leg rest, then engage the recline manual override lever to partially recline the seat. Note that the armrest can be in the up or down position. At this point, remove the 2 screws that hold the adjustable armrest in place. Be sure you've already removed the N-bay trim as shown earlier. Then, fully recline the seat as needed to fully access the 2 armrest bolts. And finally, remove the armrest. Note that fully removing the shroud isn't necessary to remove the armrest, but it is for changing the rub strip. Removal of the rub strip involves these 5 screws. Removing the plastic shroud involves 4 screws. Note that the 4th is on the side as shown here. To remove the USB port, simply loosen the clamp and remove the USB. To reinstall, simply reverse the procedure. Before removing the video monitor surround, first make sure both USB ports have been removed. Then, using a Phillips head screwdriver, remove the 3 screws at the bottom of the surround. Then remove the 5 screws on the top of the surround, which allows you to remove the trim strip and the video monitor surround. Finally, to remove the actual video monitor, there are 2 screws on the side and 2 on the bottom. With the video monitor removed, you now have access to the reading light and remote PCU for the left-hand packs of the center seats, and the aisle packs of the left and right-hand seats. To access the reading light and remote PCU for the outboard packs for the left and right-hand seats, you'll need to remove the access panel on the front of the upper shell. Once you've gained access, removal is easy. To remove the reading light, unscrew the 3 screws that hold it in place. Disconnect the harness and remove the reading light. To remove the remote PCU, loosen 2 screws, disconnect the harness, and remove the remote PCU. Please note, when ordering a replacement remote PCU, the bezel does not come with a unit. The rear shell amenity shelf is removed by unscrewing these 4 screws from the brackets under the unit and pulling the shelf forward. To remove the ottoman cushion and cover, release it from the hook and pile attachment by pulling it toward you. To replace, be sure to slide the cushion cover over the front bracket, then reattach the hook and pile. To remove the shell rub strip, make sure the seat is broken forward, and then remove the 4 screws located on the shell behind the seat. For further detail on all of these quick fix procedures, please refer to your BE Aerospace maintenance manual.